you just finished the managers' meetings. For the first time in a long time, there hasn't been a recommended rule change. Are you serious?
Yep. I think, I hate to say this, but I wasn't in favor of the Four Nations. Don't tell my boss, but he'll probably hear this.
Too late.
But
he's a subscriber, so it's okay.
Yeah. But, I'm kind of old school in the sense that I don't like to take this time of year, take teammates, put them against each other, and they're sitting with their enemy for the past 4 months who will be their enemy in another 2 weeks. Marchand's with Bennett. Well, now he's with him. Now he's with him with the Florida. But it was a wonderful tournament, and I think because we haven't played international hockey for a while, all the players who haven't played really got behind their country. The right teams won. So unfortunately for Sweden and Finland, it wouldn't have been a good tournament if they played in the finals. We all know that. And I think it just gave hockey a kickstart in areas that people didn't realize how good a game it is.
Yeah.
And so it kind of flavored our game, and people said, why do we got to be so critical of things? It's a good game. So they could return to criticizing certain things, but they took a look at overtime. I think it's in a good place. There's not a lot of shootouts, and the overtimes are good once they get going. So no one was questioning it. No one even mentioned, should we go to 7 minutes from 5? After the
wasn't even discussed?
Nope.
Wow.
We discussed a lot of things, but not that. And I think, the fact that the players didn't come out of it, I don't think the coaches were ready for it, nor the players in the Four Nations, because it was 10 minutes. They coached like they were coaching 5 minutes, and as you saw, the best players got exhausted. They weren't ready to play 5 minutes straight. So they didn't come out of it saying it was a great thing. And I don't think we used it. We used it once, twice in 7 games, maybe once.
Yeah, once.
Twice, right?
Twice. Okay, right. And
I thought it was twice.
Yeah, it was twice. You're right. And we really give them a lot of work to do the first day, John. Normally we give them different topics in the breakout groups. This time we give everyone the same topics, but we broke them up into groups of 8 with NHL support, other people in the room. And we said, here you go. The reason we go to breakout groups, if you look at our general managers, list of our managers, you've got guys who are 80 and guys who are under 40. And so a lot of guys are reluctant to speak in a big group. And you got Gary Bettman, Bill Daly sitting at the head table, myself. They're just reluctant to speak in a big group. But we brought things out. And Brian Burke told me one time, regardless of what people think about general managers, they got to that position for a reason, and they bring different things to the table and good things. So it's good when you can get them into a group and have them speak. So we threw at them at least 55 coaches' challenges. We said, here, we hear it and we get upset. We don't know what's going on with coaches' challenge. We can't figure it out. Like what goes into hot dogs, what goes on in coach's challenge, we don't know. So we said, okay, you guys try it. Here, we'll give you these. You think they're so easy. So, at the end of a 3-hour exercise, they found out they're not so easy. And we had them vote on it. And we said, basically, the direction we want is that there's 4 of us, myself, Chris King, Kay Whitman, Rod Pasma, that do these. At the end of the day, if I'm there, and I'm there for most of them, I make the final call. And I'd like to know where we're going with Coach's Challenge, what's acceptable. And the one thing I did find, one of the things you do find doing Coach's Challenge is you kind of lean towards protecting the goalie a little too much often. And he's still got to be able to do his job in the crease. Is there a goalie on this call? Anyways, you got to be careful with being too overprotective of the goaltenders. But there's so many things that go on in that crease, so many things that go on with a challenge. And, we'll get so often from someone, this happened to it. I saw this in a game between Colorado and Dallas 2 months ago. We said it might have been similar, but none are exactly the same. So we had some real good conversations with coaches' challenges, and it was healthy for us as well as the managers.
Protecting the goalies is that's important, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important, but scoring goals is important, and how you score them. And I got to tell you, you're part of the broadcasting group that interview a player between periods, and they'll ask Jimmy, "Hey Jimmy, what do we got to do this next period? What's your team got to do?" He's usually mimicking the coach. "Well, we got to get more pucks to the blue, and we got to get bodies to the crease." What's that mean? We got to. You watch the next game with Columbus, where they scored no goals in 4 games or something, or 1 goal in 4 games. They're going to manage, and they do it in the playoff too, Darren, all the time. You got a good goalie. What do you got to do? You got to get activity to net, throw them off. So you end up with lots of activity in the crease, manufacturing goals, and he's got to be able to do his job. But at the same time, you don't want to protect him too much and say you can't touch a guy, but it depends how you touch him. Like, are you hitting his glove or hitting his skate? Can he do his job? So it's there's so many different areas. How did he get to the crease? Did he get shoved in? Did he get cross-checked in? Did he get set after he made the original save? And the one thing we told the managers you have to make sure is that this goaltender challenge is the actual gist of the challenge is the referee gets to take a look at his original call and does he want to keep it? And that's where we got to keep that theme in their head. He called no goal. So once he looks at what the whole world's looking at, some of the replays, do you want to change it? If we say lots of times, Darren, well, what's the call on the ice? Well, we're going to leave it because there's not enough here to change it, whether it's good goal or not good goal. We said there's not enough here to change it. It is what it is. So we say that a lot.